Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Fat Guy bringing you a review of Grim Dawn, a game that I really enjoyed on the Xbox and now I'm playing on PC. If you like what you see here, please comment and subscribe for more content like this. Grim Dawn is a game that I played first when it came out on Xbox a few years ago. It was a game that instantly hooked me with its dark world and fun skill systems. The graphics on Xbox were pretty bad, but I loved it just the same. I'm a veteran of the Diablo series as well as other action RPGs, and I could not get enough of these games, and Grim Dawn really sucked me in. Now, without further ado, here's my review of Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn is an isometric action RPG like Diablo that first came out in 2016. It has a dark story and loot progression where you level up and gain loot to make yourself more powerful. You also have multiple classes to choose from in the game and each play very differently. From the melee-oriented soldier to the minion-oriented necromancer, there is a class for everyone to choose in Grim Dawn. Grim Dawn takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where the demonic ethereals have corrupted much of the world. You begin the game by being possessed by an ethereal, and the citizens of Devil's Crossing are about to hang you. You're saved at the last minute when the ethereal leaves your body. This sets up the premise of the game to do quests for the people of Devil's Crossing and other areas that you journey to, and try to stop the ethereal threat. Along the way, you'll meet different characters who are all trying to survive in this unforgiving land. It's an interesting story, and I like the dark fantasy world that it takes place in. The graphics in Grim Dawn are not that great, even by 2016 standards. Graphics are not the most important to me, but it has to be addressed because you can see the gameplay in the background of this video. The graphics are blurry at times and look really dated. This is especially true of the beginning area, which is a muddy green and brown. It gets better the more you progress through the game, but the graphics don't leave a good first impression when you first start up the game. The DLC Forgotten Sands has some decent graphics though. Some areas have interesting locales and nice art direction, but the actual graphics aren't that great. Grim Dawn will run fine on pretty much anything built since 2016. It's very accessible in that regard and allows many people to play the game without a concern for their system not being able to run it. The sound in Grim Dawn is good too. You have eerie sounds in the dark areas and somber music in the more depressing towns. It's a dark game, so don't expect happy music to be playing in the background as you quest. I like the sound in this game. It's creepy and really sets the mood for the game. As you complete quests and kill monsters, you'll level up your character. This will give you skill points to spend in 2 different classes you can choose from. Some classes, like the Arcanist, specialize in magical abilities, while others are more diverse. For my most recent playthrough, I am a Kabbalist, which is a necromancer and occultist, and I have lots of pets to command and slaughter my enemies. It's really fun to make your own build in Grim Dawn. As you level, you'll gain attribute points, which can be used to level your physique, cunning, and spirit. These attributes not only raise your stats that correspond to their particular attribute, but they also determine what gear you can equip. This is because each piece of gear has attribute requirements, as well as level requirements. So you need to raise your attributes if you want to equip certain items. This means that certain items can only be equipable on certain builds due to your attribute levels. It's an interesting system that really forces you to focus on your build. You also have your devotion, which is a skill tree that further enhances your character's build. These are very strong enhancements to your stats and can even unlock new skills to use as well. You gain devotion points by restoring shrines scattered throughout the world. It is a further level of complexity to the game and allows you to curtail your build to your liking. Killing monsters is a joy in Grim Dawn with its fluid controls and excellent feedback on your skills. You really feel the effects of a devastating skill that you cast, or ones that are used against you. Bosses can be difficult if you don't have a focused build going for you, but figuring out what you want to do and then seeing enemies melt is part of the fun of these kinds of games. I always look forward to questing in Grim Dawn because the combat is great and responsive to my commands. All in all, Grim Dawn has excellent gameplay. I've only played one DLC in Grim Dawn, and that is the Forgotten Sands. This takes place in the desert of a new region of the map. It's pretty fun and the enemies are much more challenging than the base game enemies. You can get there after defeating Warden Krieg in the base game. Just talk to the NPC in Devil's Crossing and he will take you there. If you like the base game, then this is more of it, and I like it. I also use the Necromancer, which is included in one of the DLCs, and I really enjoy that class. It just sucks that it's locked behind a DLC. Grim Dawn is a really fun action RPG that plays like Diablo but has enough to it that makes it unique. The devotion system and various classes allow you to make a build that suits your playstyle, while the skills you unlock in the game are impactful and great to use. The graphics aren't the best, but they get the job done and you get a real sense of dread in this grim dark world. So the question is, should you buy Grim Dawn? This fat guy says yes, but on sale. It's an old game, and unless you must have it right now, I would suggest getting it on sale. It goes on sale every so often on Steam, and is usually on sale for the big Steam sales throughout the year for a decent price. It's a fun game, and this fat guy completely recommends it. That about does it for this fat guy review. If you like what you saw, don't be afraid to like, comment, or subscribe. Stay safe out there, and have a nice day.